Yeah, what is going on, Knicks Anonymous family? Welcome back to another glorious
Knicks Anonymous
episode
nine two.
episode 92. And I don't know if y'all noticed, I had to go a little bit more, lightly on the year. I've noticed that from past episodes while editing, my years have been a little too excessive for the ears. So my apologies for you guys having to deal with that this entire time. But I have been conscious about it and I am fixing it so your ears can enjoy the show and not bleed. But episode 92, here we are. Shout out to the Knicks Anonymous family. Stevie, you already know how we do. Tell the kind people where they can find us and or support and or talk to us.
Absolutely. Follow us on Instagram at Knicks Anonymous. Follow us on Twitter at Knicks Anonymous, spelled with a Z. That's KNICKZ Anonymous. Follow us on TikTok at Knicks Anonymous. Check out our website at Knicks Anonymous. No, not at Knicks Anonymous, but knicksanonymous.com. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, and Breaker.
Yes, sir. And we are selling pins on the Knicks Anonymous website, which you saw in the beginning of this episode. They're very good quality. I'm not gonna lie. My friend just bought one, and he was actually pretty surprised about how good it was. And so were we. Honestly, it came out pretty well.
Yeah.
If you don't have yours, go cop yours. Link in description as always. So this could be a fast one. We're gonna get right into this. It wasn't really too much to, well, not gonna say too much because it was actually a very nail biting and exciting week of basketball. Games that we thought we were gonna win and not gonna win.
One. But we only had two games, so yeah, one game we knew we were gonna win. The other one we weren't too sure. Actually, no, we thought we were gonna lose definitely because history showed these guys usually kill us. But this time around, not so much.
Not so much. But before we get into that, we got a little topic to talk about. First things first, the Knicks have officially clinched a winning road season. So they are officially road warriors. Currently, as of right now, they are 22-14, and they have 5 road games left. So regardless of what they do, they will have a winning record, hence the clinch. So,
Yes.
Shout out to the Knicks, man. Listen, they've been doing their thing. It's one of the hardest things to do is to go into the opposing team and bring the work, especially when the other team's fan base, because it's hard. I think that's very underestimated in the sports world a little bit. That like I know people say home field advantage, but I don't think they really understand how crazy home field advantage actually can be. Like,
especially in the Garden.
Especially
it can work either way.
Like look at like something like what happened to Trae Young in the playoffs. Now, props to Trae Young for actually handling that kind of pressure and actually, still be able to perform. But if you're not a Trae Young, built mentality, could you imagine how many people you think are in the Garden? How many people you think could fit in the Garden? Let me look it up. How many?
You're gonna look it up, and you want me to take a guess? Maybe 25,000.
How many people?
Is that a lot?
Is
that too much? I'm gonna say 25,000.
25,000. I think it might be a little bit
less. A little less.
It thinks I meant in a garden. No, in in Madison.
Nah, yeah, 25,000 is kind of OD. I say 15,000.
Nah, okay, it's 20,789.
Oh, okay. So either way, I was close.
So imagine 20,789 fans screaming "F you," like "F you, Stevie."
I'd be like, wow, what did I do?
F you, Stevie. Like, yo, and not like me. I'm saying it in a very friendly voice. Now imagine drunk New Yorkers probably throwing more profanity in there just cause. That's a lot of pressure to handle. I'm not gonna lie. So for the Knicks to go to other places, Even though they're not the Garden, it's still just as bad anywhere else. You know, like the Celtics arena. I heard they're pretty toxic over there. And we own them. We own them. Philly's another fan base that's kind of crazy. We kind of own them. We're back and forth with them, which is kind of crazy because if you really look at the Knicks and everybody else pretty much went and grabbed stars to kind of build. Besides, well, Embiid's he's kind of an exception because they drafted him, so they kind of went and got Harden, and the same with Tatum. But I guess the whole Celtics organization, right? They're pretty much built.
Basically, yeah.
Okay,
Marcus,
you know what?
Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? I take that back. But yeah. Shout out to the Knicks. What do you think their home record is?
I know our road record is better, but couldn't tell you off the top.
The Knicks home record. Shout out to the Doom Monitor, by the way. This gets me my info super fast. The Knicks are 20-16 at home.
I think we should be doing better than that. But
I
I'll take
agree.
it. A winning record is a winning record. I'll take it.
A little too close for comfort, you can say.
Yeah, I agree.
A little too close for comfort. Cause this is the Garden. This is the Mecca. We must protect this house, Stevie.
Agreed.
But I also feel like this 20-16 home record is due to the slow start that we had.
Absolutely.
Same with everything else. Like our whole like our offense percentage rating and all that other stuff. We're still low ranking in like the field goal percentages and all that stuff. But if we would have started how we're playing now, we would definitely be top. Because if you look at like from the second half of the season, we're pretty much like top 5 in almost every category. So, you know, if we would have translated that at the beginning of the season, like I said, we could potentially, because we talked about before the games we should have won, so we could easily be a third, second, first place team if we played the way we were.
Absolutely, I agree. Not for nothing, to bring back something you said earlier about the road record, that kind of saved our season, dude. Because as you just said, we had a slow start at home. The whole 20-16 thing was, like you said, too close for comfort. So us being road warriors kind of saved us. If you really think about it.
Yeah, and this is definitely a slow start because the 20-16, because the road record, we were pretty much positive from the beginning. So we started positive. The home record, we were actually negative, and we're just getting it into the positives. You know what I mean? Like we were like I would probably say like a month ago we would probably like
Gotta look it up.
no, I'm gonna give it my give and take. We were definitely in the negatives. I'll say that we were definitely in the negatives. So it's good that the Knicks are picking it up on both sides because it's gonna be huge for us to have, because especially if we're pushing for that 4th seed, which I don't quite think we're gonna get, but we could. It's very possible because of the performance we showed this week. It just depends on the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have been doing good, so like they're making it very hard for us to kind of catch up. But if 4th seed, you get that home field advantage, or home court advantage, as I want to get politically correct, everybody. Home court advantage. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Stevie? How do you feel the Knicks should maybe fix? Like, what do you think it is for the home court? You think it's like the jitters and nerves? Like, what do you think it is about between the road and the home court?
I don't know. In all honesty, I couldn't answer that. It could be jitters. I kind of doubt it because these guys have been. We can't say Jalen Brunson has the jitters. He always shows up. Randall's been here for a few years, so I won't buy that. I don't know. I couldn't put anything on that, to be honest. Maybe things just didn't go our way. I guess I'll put it to that. Maybe it was just bad luck in the beginning, or maybe it was just we were still trying to figure things out. Because we didn't know what our identity was. Could have a lot to do with that.
Like we said, it was a slow start, so that could easily just be the answer. Okay, but Stevie, how do you feel about this? A legend, Kevin Garnett, publicly says that the Knicks could very well actually be contenders this year. What are your opinions on that?
I would say it depends on who we play in the first round, because who we play in the first round will determine how far we go. Cause
So
like
who do you want in the first round?
currently who all right, I gotta get the standings up. Sorry, y'all. Should have had that up so we could talk about it. So bear with me. I honestly, if you ask me, I want the Cavs in the first round. For like we've talked about it before on the show, the storyline writes itself, especially considering the Donovan Mitchell trade, how the media and how the fans reacted. You know what I mean? That story writes itself. But aside from that, we seem to match up very well with them. Like we're not a mismatched team against the Cavs, even though they do have Donovan Mitchell, because he would be the superstar in this situation out of everybody. And despite the fact they have him, we match up great with them. And we have the opportunity to beat those guys, in my opinion.
We
But
match up. We match up better than everybody expected.
especially them and the Celtics, and the Celtics are like the top dogs. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind seeing the Celtics in the second round as well. Am I saying am I saying we're gonna beat the Celtics? Not guaranteed. But we could, if we're gonna pull an upset, I would see us pulling an upset over them rather than Philly. I don't think we're in Philly's level yet. I don't even think we're at the Celtics level yet. As well, we just match up well with them. But if I had to guess, I think we could definitely beat the Cavs. I really believe that.
So you're thinking second rounds as far as we go.
Depending on seeding. Right now we're fifth. And if the season ended today, we're playing the Cavs. And if we beat the Cavs, we see the Bucks in the second round. So yeah, I guess if we're seeded, like if we stay here, yeah, I think the second round would be it, because I don't see us beating the Bucks.
Dude, how crazy would it be if we beat the Bucks?
I think we'll take two from the Bucks. I can see that. They won't like dominate us. I'll tell you that much. They wouldn't dominate us. I think we take two from them. And
Okay, wait. Before we jump the gun on this, I do agree with you, Stevie. They are the better team, right? There shouldn't we shouldn't win that game. Logically, right? Just by standings, numbers, statistics, and all that.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna actually use something your brother says a lot for actually good this time. Statistics don't tell the whole story. He says that a lot, and it kind of gets under my skin and it boils my blood because it doesn't work in every scenario. But in this scenario, it works.
Why you say that?
Because we said the same thing about the Denver Nuggets game this week. We said there was no way that they were going to win. They have our number on lock. You know, it's always the same old, cycle. And 2 episodes ago, we asked the question, are these new Knicks here to stay? Is this hard playing team, winning team here to stay? Or are they going to revert back to their old ways? The way they played against the Denver Nuggets, a fully healthy Denver Nuggets, showed promise. Absolute promise, because that's a change. We finally beat a team we weren't able to beat before. Well, I'm not gonna say before, but in the past couple of years, because I've obviously somewhere down the line we beat the Nuggets before. But with the new regime with Jokic and Murray and all of them, we really haven't. They've usually wiped us out by 30. I think like 2 years ago they wiped us up like almost 40 points. Usually that's always an L on the calendar. Now, yes, it's one game. It's a 7-game series, but that is the best team in the NBA, Stevie, and we beat them.
I see what you're saying, but in all honesty, bro, I can't see us beating a team of their caliber in the Bucks in a 7-game series. Not yet, at least. You know what I mean? I still think, despite how good we're playing, we're a player away. At what position, I don't know, but I still think we're a player away from being like finals contenders. You know what I mean? We're way past where anybody thought. You know what I mean? Well, not us at least. We said 44 wins, but we may even pass that. So yeah, we might go beyond what we thought. So I guess this playoffs is gonna be telling. This playoffs is gonna say a lot about where we're at.
I just really hope it's not like a one and done, man. Oh, bro, it would be so much effort for nothing. Would you consider this season, even though the season's not a loss as a whole, but if we were to like win 1 game in the first round and lose 4, like 4-1, would you consider that an L season?
Um, I would say it's a disappointing ending, but I wouldn't consider it an L season because again, we weren't supposed to be in the playoffs. So at least we'll know what to build on. So no, I wouldn't consider it an L season, but changes would have to be made because like we showed better.
So what's your level of satisfactory? Like what? How many? Like if it's not a win, right? What like you think like a game 7 or a game 6?
Yeah. I mean, game 5, as I said, would be like if we lose 4-1, yes, that would be disappointing, but I wouldn't consider it an L season. Games going to game 6 or game 7 and losing, I wouldn't be too mad at that. That wouldn't be disappointing. It's just hard fought and we ended up losing. It depends on how we lose. Now, if we get blown out, that's different.
Like 4-0, like
Yeah. That's different. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying changes have to be made and heads have to roll, but there are things to think about. You know what I mean?
no, and I bring that up for the obvious, as you can tell for who, because there will be a lot of Nick fans that will immediately forget about what happened, all the good that happened in the season, and immediately jump to conclusions if we go 4-0 or 4-1 in the postseason. Like, oh my God, I knew it. This guy's the worst. Josh Hart is the worst. You know how that's gonna go. Like everybody
Yeah,
loves
bro.
Josh Hart, but the moment if we get swept in the playoffs, it's Josh Hart ain't shit. Quarter in the bag. And this, RJ will never be anything. Drew, you know how it goes, bro. So, okay. So, great take, Stevie. For my side of things, I think I'm gonna have to say we are contenders because I can't say we aren't. You know what I mean? Like we're playing too good to not be. We're playing like it means something. I feel like if you're playing at the caliber at like the top 5 teams are playing right now, I feel like you're all contenders. I feel like that's how intense it is in the East. 'Cause I can't speak for the West. I don't follow the West at all. But for the East side of things, the top 5 tops, you can even argue the top 8 teams, their records are so close that it's really anybody's race. Now, the the most guaranteed is probably the Bucks because of the way their whole um system and organization is set up with all the players they got and even coaching. Because we recently saw them win a championship. They're a championship team. They've already proven themselves to be. But
It's a fact.
anything is possible at this point in the East. So are we contenders? I would argue yes. I feel like the Knicks can easily go on a run the same way. Well, not easily, but the Knicks can go on a run the same way the Hawks did, in when they beat us in the first round.
It's possible. I can see. I see the potential in that.
Knicks
I,
not
I, I
family.
will. I will totally dismiss that possibility.
Let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let us know. We love to talk about what you guys think.
Oh, and for the record, since you mentioned it, you said you didn't follow the West. Check this out, bro. From the 4th seed to the 12th seed. Listen to the records. It's the Suns, the Clippers, the Mavericks, the Warriors, the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Jazz, the Lakers, and the Pelicans. They're all in it. They're all in it from the 4th seed all the way to the 12th. And the Suns are 38 and 33. Clippers are 37 and 34. The Mavericks are 36 and 35. The Warriors are 36 and 36. The Thunder is 35 and 36. The Timberwolves are 35 and 37. The Jazz are 34 and 36. The Lakers are 34 and 37. And the Pelicans are 33 and 37. So only like 5. My math might be off a little bit, but only like 5 or 6 games separate all those teams. So yeah, this is calling it the Wild Wild West would be an understatement right now.
So it's a tight race all around the NBA right now. Like,
Basically, well, not so much in the East. The East is like, um, I would say the top 7 are about locked in. So 8, 9, and 10 are the dog fights right now.
well, the plane is also a dangerous place, which is why we want to completely.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. I don't want to
Yeah,
be there.
I don't want to be there. That's the gulag for my Call of Duty fans out there. The, the gulag is the Stevie. You know what the gulag is, Stevie?
I'm not a Call of Duty player. I never
Okay,
was. I
let
was
me.
never good at first
So
person
okay,
shooters in
okay,
my
okay.
gaming days.
This is great. So let me educate you real quick. So basically, you know what battle royale is, right? Like it's this free for all.
And I know.
Everybody.
I've watched friends play. I know what that is.
Okay, so basically, if I kill you, right, you go to this place called the Gulag, which you can then redeem yourself to revive yourself. So that's pretty much what the play-in is. You lost a season, but yet you get one more chance to redeem yourself, and you could potentially you. So if I go to the Gulag and win, I could actually maybe come back and win the game, the whole game. You know what I mean? But I died. So that's pretty much what the play-in is. you go to the 10th seed, you're dead, quote unquote, and you could do whatever. You could win and push on, and have a fucking historical season. Who knows?
Man, to
So
me, the 7th and 8th seed got robbed, and the 9th and 10th seed are participating for a participation trophy. I still don't like the play-in idea.
but what if they make what if a play-in team goes to the championship though?
That would blow, bro, in my opinion. Cause you did, bro.
Really?
If the 9th or 10th, really, bro, like, cause remember, at one point the NBA was the 1st through 8th seed. That's it. There was no the 9th, 10th gets to play it. To hell with all that. You didn't make it. That would suck if the 9th or 10th seed won the chip, in my opinion. Cause you didn't deserve it. You didn't make it.
But if you're the 10th seed beating somebody like okay, let's say the Magic beat the Bucks, you don't think they deserve that?
Not in my opinion, nah, man.
Oh,
But that's just the old. I might sound like a hater, but that's just the old school dude in me, bro. The 1st through 8th seeds is the playoff team, and I can still have this opinion because the player is not that old. The player's only like 2, 3 years old, so I can have this opinion and still be valid. Now,
You're
10
right.
years down the line, you could be like, yo, you an old geezer, bro. Like, then we use that point.
No, it's a safe place. Listen, safe place for all opinions. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one though. I feel like yes, it is disappointing because me personally, I don't want to be there for this specific reason. So this is why, as long as we're not in it, I'm okay with it. But if we're in it, I'm not okay with it because anything.
Well, if we're in it, I'm gonna root for us to win. But at the back of my mind, I'm gonna be like, all that stuff I said about the play, it kind of still, you know what I mean? Like,
It's gonna be karma.
yeah, exactly.
It's not gonna be good. But okay, so that wraps up for that. Let's get into this week of basketball. Our first stop on this list was Portland. And the headline of this game was the obvious. Josh Hart versus Cam Reddish.
Well, at least for us and like Nick's Twitter, baby.
Well, yeah, not like actual headline, but yeah,
For us and Nick's Twitter, definitely. Yeah. Nick's Twitter was going at it.
the headline of this game was definitely, despite Damian Lillard doing what Damian Lillard does,
I'm trying to get the stats up and my internet's acting up.
that's quite
All right, there we go. Final score: Knicks 123, Portland Trail Blazers 107. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Because the game came on late, I kind of missed the second half, so I caught the highlights in the morning, and it wasn't looking too good in the first half.
Yeah, like this final score doesn't tell the tale of like the game. Like you wouldn't think the Knicks were down like 13, I think, right?
The halftime score was, we weren't down by that much. Blazers 55, Knicks 49. We were down by double digits at one point. We were down by 16.
Ugh. So it wasn't a good start to the first quarter. Was really the doozy. It lackluster start. We kind of fell back into that one-on-one.
We were kind of looking like we did in that Clippers game in the first quarter. We picked it up in the second quarter, a little something, because we did outscore them. But yeah, we looked kind of sloppy that first quarter.
Yo, and not for nothing, that I didn't know Thibault went to Portland. That was a great pickup for them from the Sixers.
Oh, really? You're right. Yeah, he actually had a good game. 15 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals in the block. I didn't know he was on Portland.
He's a wicked defender. But
we could use a guy like that. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out. I'm just throwing that out there. I wouldn't mind having him.
Because he's a what? He's a 2 guard, right?
He is actually a wing, and guess what we need?
A wing. That's what I'm saying. He might exactly be the missing, like not him, but
Somebody like him.
Like that could be the missing piece. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's definitely a good observation. Okay. So let's kind of work our way down the list here, right? Emmanuel quickly, excellent game. 34 minutes, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from three. Uh,
Six man of the year, bro.
I listen. If he doesn't win sixth man of the year, he needs votes.
We
Something one
riot.
one's got to give.
If he doesn't win, we riot.
Stevie, stop it. We gotta promote peace and
Um,
happiness.
and for the record, in case anybody's watching, I don't literally mean riot. I'm just joking. We're not really gonna riot if he doesn't win. That just means we'll be really upset.
See, Stevie, you're a very smart man.
I
No
just
one
had to
can.
clarify, bro. You never know.
No,
People
no,
say
no.
things
I
literally
know.
these
I
days.
know. Absolutely. I don't want to get sued. This is that BS. We live in that kind of world. So listen, there you go. There's the clarification. Um, Emmanuel quickly has been amazing. I'm not gonna lie. His IQ has been increasing. His point
And his name is IQ.
100%.
Ain't that something?
That's mad funny. And like I said, this is no coincidence, especially when you have somebody like Derrick Rose, first time rookie of no first time rookie ever winning MVP, right?
Nah, he won it his second year, but still, I think he was the youngest MVP ever. That's
Okay,
what it is.
there is youngest MVP ever, and someone like Jalen Brunson in your corner. This is pretty much the result. This is the accumulation of that. This is what learning and all that does for you. Um,
You know who showed up big? Deuce.
Oh, no, no, no. I was gonna get to him because this is one of those games too where Jalen Brunson was out. Much needed. Scary to kind of, it's scary to have your top player not play, but it's not scary when you have someone like Emmanuel Quickly and Deuce McBride on your team. So now that you mentioned Deuce McBride, he had 25 minutes, 18 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and
Bro.
one monstrous block on Simons.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say something, but I'm glad you did it. Yeah, I think that was the highlight of the game, in my opinion. Bro, Deuce is special, man. I don't care what nobody says, man. I forgot who said it. I think it was Van Gundy. I forgot what game I forgot a game. The last ESPN game where he was like Miles McBride, if given extended minutes, would be an all NBA defender. Absolutely. Totally agree. His problem is he needs a consistent jumper. If he gets that, bro, sky's the limit for him, in my opinion, man.
I agree, and I think the most important attribute about McBride is the fire never seems to be burnt out.
He's always ready. He's always ready.
He's always ready to play, which is amazing. You know, um, dude, he left me speechless this game, dude. Especially, I think the greatest game he had was against the Clippers when he had like 20, like 27 or 26, some crazy number against them. Um, I agree with you, bro. I think he's one consistent jump shot away from actually
Like, he could be a starter. He had a jump shot. He
yeah,
could be a starter.
being a force to
Because
be
I
reckoned
said
with.
it from the get go, bro. He gives me defensively. He gives me Patrick Beverly vibes. Patrick Beverly vibes as far as his defense and his hustle goes. But if he gets a jump shot, he'll be so much better. So much better.
And super efficient, 6 to 8 from the field, 4 of 5 from three.
Bro, give me more of that, Deuce. Deuce small, baby.
But this kind of outbreak shows improvement, though. It shows that something is there. So if he could just find that consistency, we'll be all right. Going to our main man, Julius Randle. Struggle of a game, not for nothing. 100%. 34 minutes, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. As crazy as that stat line sounds, yes, it was a struggle. Why? Because he went 8 for 20, 0 for 5 from 3.
Yeah, that's not too good, but we had a good supporting cast. So, Julius did what he could. Unfortunately, like, his offense wasn't there. He rebounded well, so
No,
we give him that.
he still had a +8 for the plus minus, my favorite stat line. He still had a +8, so that means his defense and his rebounding, like you said, and his assists, 4 assists, that's pretty good. So
I'll take that from Randall, 3-4 assists a game. I'm happy with that.
And two turnovers.
Not bad. Not bad, bro. 2 turnovers, because the way I see it, that means he had 1 turnover per half. I'll average it out at that.
And this is good to look at because usually when Randall has a bad game offensively or shooting wise, he kind of tends to tune out. Like he tends to like kind of
And we struggle
fade
as a
away.
whole, and the team struggles as a whole.
Which it has been showing lately because without Jalen Brunson, you could definitely see Randall being aggravated and upset because he's doing a lot more than he was used to doing.
But lucky for us, we got, like I said, we got a good supporting cast who showed up, and might as well get to the main event of the game. Josh Hart versus
We've
Cam Reddish.
we've
And
been
it's
we've
not
been
really
beating
the
around
main
the
event.
bush.
It's not really the main event. Who made it the main event? You, Nick's Twitter. You made it the main event. So let's talk about it.
This is like
Josh Hart.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, man, I'm talking about it.
I'm coming for you, brother.
Damn, excuse me. Catching a cold. Oof.
No.
Yeah,
I
not
forgot
good. I
over
gotta
one.
drink my tea. But anyway, Josh Hart, 16 points, 9 boards, 8 assists. Wow, almost a triple double, 3 steals versus Cam Reddish. Drum roll, please. 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals. And that's no disrespect to Cam. Big shout out to Cam Reddish. We love Cam Reddish. We wish him well. But a lot of Knicks fans were upset. We traded him. A lot of trash talk was going on. I'm sure it died down because Josh Hart's playing well since the trade deadline. But, we're only bringing this up because y'all was talking about it.
And
So
Stevie,
we pulled the receipts.
exactly. Put it in perspective. Give me the record between Josh Hart and Cam Reddish. Put it in perspective for the people for the difference, because everyone was very look at. We're not doing this to troll Cam Reddish. We're doing this to troll the Knicks Twitter because we love doing that. Because you guys are mostly wrong most of the time.
And again, we love Cam and we wish Cam well.
Yes, here at Knicks Anonymous specifically. So basically, what we're getting at is that a lot of people. I think a lot of people were just more genuinely confused more than anything. Now, yes, Cam Reddish did come out and speak about the situation, and yes, he did say it was personal. He did say there was favoritism. It's his word against everybody else's. Who knows if he's telling the truth? Not saying he's a liar or anything, but this is what he said. He said that there was favoritism, and he just didn't really get the spotlight he was looking for. So, the whole Josh Hart thing, no one really knew what he was bringing to the table. But Stevie, let's hear it.
Fun fact, y'all. Since the trade deadline and this Josh Hart Cam Reddish trade, the Knicks are 12-3. Compared to Portland, who are 4-11.
That is huge.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And you can't say that they're a whack team. They have Dame Time Lillard, they have Anthony Simons, they have Nurkic, they have
Jeremy Grant.
They have
who might be a Knicks target in the off season, but that'll be a topic for another episode.
Holy crap! Kevin Knox is on the Trailblazers?
Is he?
He's on the roster.
Stop it.
Oh my god.
Stop it.
Kevin Knox.
Did you get any minutes?
Hell no.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, wow. You weren't lying.
You got 2 minutes.
Well, on my end, he got 1 minute. But okay, whatever.
Kevin Knox. No. Oh man. Okay. So last person I want to talk about, RJ Barrett, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 13, 1 of 3. Broadway Barrett has been doing his thing, man.
Second half RJ. Yeah, bro. This is like a what's it called? It's like a rerun.
What should I put? Last 5 games?
I think that's gonna be RJ's new nickname, the rerun.
Okay, so in RJ Barrett's last 5 games, he has averaged 22 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
The rerun strikes again. Telling you, bro, second half RJ. I don't know what it is with bad starts, but he always picks it up in the second half. And Knicks fans are weird, bro. Like, there's Knicks fans out there that say, yo, if RJ gets better and develops into what we want him to develop to, then we can trade him for what we need. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that if he developed into what we need him to develop to? Knicks fans trip me out sometimes.
Chill, bro. You know what time it is, Steve. You know when the price is right, the price is right.
You know what I mean? Like if he doesn't turn into what we don't like, if he doesn't turn into what we think he's gonna turn to, then you trade him. Why would you develop it into what you want and then trade him? Knicks fans, you make no sense sometimes. But again, that's not
But
Knicks
like,
Anonymous,
but
that's
like,
y'all.
but like Stevie Hat says, we are here for you.
I guess. I mean, we are Knicks fans, and this is a Knicks show, so it is for all Knicks fans. So yeah,
But we like to
absolutely.
keep it. We like to keep it as accurate and as down to earth as possible. We don't like to get caught in the dreamscape of Knicks Twitter.
Yeah, the hoopla. You know what I mean? The creme de la. I won't even call. I'll call it the creme de la creme, but I don't mean that in a good way.
The hoopla. That was a good one. I'll leave it at that. The hoopla. Hoopla. So, our overall great win against the Blazers. Very hard competition, and they were able to figure it out and pull the win out. Because there was a time where I thought this game was over. I thought it was a done deal. Like we went down by we said 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, because it's his game time. And not only that, again, me trying to revert back to the old Knicks, thinking once we're down, that's it. Or we make a run and lose. Not only did we make a run, we beat them by almost 20 points.
That's a fact. Impressive win, my
And
opinion. If I may say so myself.
This is not no scrub team because, like you said, the Wild Wild West, they're all going crazy over there. So
Oh wait, the Portland's out of it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They're not out of it. Like they're not mathematically out of it, but like I didn't name them because they're not close to like the teams I named. They're like maybe like a couple of games out. So I don't think Portland's gonna make it.
Okay, fair enough. But at the end of the day, there are no scrubs.
Not at all. They just underachieved. In all honesty, this year Portland just underachieved.
So moving on to my favorite game of the week. The game that me and Stevie actually thought that we were gonna.
We had this as an L. We had this game as an L, a big L actually.
A fat one, very fat L.
Knicks 116, Denver Nuggets 110.
So what are your first thoughts, Stevie? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I didn't know Jalen Brunson was going to play. He ended up being a game time decision, and I guess that had a big positive effect because I was like, you know what I mean? I guess I don't want to compare it to it, but I'm going to anyway. Kind of had like the Willis Reed effect when he walked through the tunnel. Because he set it off. He set it off, bro. I think he had like 18 points in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but then he kind of slowed down because he only had 2 in the second. So
yeah,
he was having some trouble there in the first half. But not too shabby at all. Even though he was a -5 on the plus minus, he shot 45% from the field, 40% from three.
Yeah, it was good to have him back. It was good to have him back.
You could definitely I don't have to explain how much we miss Brunson and what he brings to the table because if you already know, and if you don't know, let me give you a brief explanation. He gives you the havoc. He gives you the creativity. He gives you the ball movement. He gives you the motion of the offense. He is the one breaking down, the defense and making sure everybody's able to score. Hence the 5 assists and why Randall. Let's see Randall's turnover numbers. Okay, for some reason he had more, but thanks Randall for that one.
But he only had 3. That's not bad. That's average.
Usually,
that's average Randall. That's average Randall. I'll take that.
It's actually below average Randall because usually Randall would use to average 4, almost 5 turnovers. But because Brunson is now in with this rotation, the ball is no longer kind of going through him. All it's just doing is just getting it to him in a spot that he's comfortable in scoring. So his only job is to score. Passing is now optional. Passing used to be, what's the word? Not optional. What's the opposite of not optional?
Mandatory.
Passing was mandatory for Randall, but now that we have a point guard, it is no longer mandatory.
So now just fire away.
Yes, now his primary objective is to score, which you can see he does very well on a nightly basis.
He absolutely does.
He's an absolute machine. So, Stevie, what stuck out to you the most in this game?
Honestly, the fact that we beat them, bro. I did not see it coming. I really did not. I thought that Jokic was going to be too much for us. Percentage-wise, he did well. You know what I mean? He had 24, 10, and 8 assists, and was 11 of 18. So, you know what I mean? he did well percentage wise, but I assume the 1 for 5 from three is what made the difference because he usually, gets at least two of those. So the 1 of 5 kind of made the difference there. Um, in all honesty, the team ball was great. There were a couple of times where I thought we were gonna lose the game because we did give up a 13-point lead. We caught up. As a matter of fact, both teams blew 13-point leads. That's how competitive this game was. This game went back and forth. This had like a playoff feel. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I really did not expect us to win this game.
I think I think the most impressive thing about this game to me, or not impressive, but the most I think this is it for a lot of our games now, because I did say this and it happened, so I'd spoken into existence. I think the key factor in most of these games is our bench.
Definitely. Okay.
Our bench right now scored 13 plus 10, 23, plus 5, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3, 34. Our bench scored 34 points.
Imagine how bench does that every game, bro.
To their bench, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Not even. No, I mean we got them by one, but still.
But I bring this up because their heavy hitters was hitting. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Jamal Murray, bro. I thought we were gonna lose because Jamal Murray started going off on us for a second.
Yeah.
I thought Jamal Murray was gonna end it.
So our offense was battling their offense, and the thing that was breaking it over the ice was the support of the bench. If we didn't have the support of the bench keeping things in rhythm or even in lock, because the bench was actually part of that run that actually brought us back from that 13-point lead with Emmanuel, led by Emmanuel Quickly. You know what I mean? And I like that. And I like that combo though. Emmanuel Quickly with Quentin Grimes. That combo I really like. You got defense and offense and both of those guys, honestly. So
you know who seems to have a little two-man game going? Grimes and iHeart. They seem to have like at least once or twice every game they make a play, and they had like one or two plays in this game.
iHeart's been doing good.
Yeah, bro. 6 points, 9 boards, an assist, 2 steals, and a block. And he played pretty good defense on Jokic, and he had a dribble move off the top of the key on Jokic.
He sure did.
He damn sure did.
That was unexpected.
Everybody was like, whoa, where that came from? That was pretty cool, man. Shout out to iHeart for that.
And shout out to our big guys in general, because we dominated on the boards. Overall, 43-33.
Absolutely. I can't front, bro. I actually wanted to mention that in the beginning. Second chance points won this game for us.
15 offensive rebounds.
That's what won this game for us, if you really want to know.
And I think Josh Hart had like 9.
Josh Hart had 8 rebounds.
8 rebounds. Dude, that's crazy.
On the offensive end, 3. Pretty impressive for God.
So look at the Knicks. Listen, man. Listen, we have been going forward. Listen, if you take anything from any of the moves we've done, any of the trades we've done for the past 2 years, or even 3, or was it 2? No, 2 years. No, 3 years. 2. I'm gonna say 2.
Going back to
no. I'm just saying from when we got Tibbs. When was Tibbs hired?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. So for the past 3 years, we've been moving forward.
Absolutely, except for last year. I mean, we took a step back, but still.
Okay, I will say 2 steps backwards and 3 steps forward.
Absolutely, I agree.
Especially with the Josh Hart trade. I think that was the icing on the cake. Because nobody really knew where that was gonna take us, and we have a 12-3 record with Josh Hart. You know, so there's no coincidence on that. There's no luck in that involved. I think that's just is what it is. It's exactly what you get from a guy like Josh Hart.
Absolutely.
You know? So, and shout out to Leon Rose and shout out to the whole coaching staff for actually realizing talent and actually going getting talent. Something the Knicks GMs in the past have been getting backlash for, and something even Leon's been getting backlash for still, regardless, even though he's gotten all this talent. So
yeah, needs to stop. Knicks Twitter.
Yeah, there's been some questionable like Obi Toppin, but we're not gonna get into that. Obi Toppin's been doing okay for hasn't been really doing anything to shake the room, but
He makes the most of his minutes when he has a good game. But we just need more from him when he does get minutes. Because it's possible, not for nothing, when come playoff time, it's very possible Tiz would shorten the rotation. And Obi might be an odd man out. I'm just saying. Possibility. I'm not saying that's definitely gonna happen. Possibilities there.
I can definitely see that. 110%. I think that's something he should do, actually. Is that gonna tire everybody out? Of course. Okay, but no cap. One thing I want to see more of is Quentin Grimes. He's been very streaky lately in that starting position.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of triple singles.
Yeah, he needs to kind of pick it up because I get it. He's young player starter.
And you're not one of the top 3 options. I understand.
I get it, but since you are in this starting position, I'm gonna criticize you as such. And he needs to find a way just to build a little bit more consistency on his defense will always be there regardless. That is why his starting position is always gonna be in lock.
His defense has been nothing short of spectacular. I have no problem with that. He has his lapses from time to time, but overall, pretty good.
Correct. He just needs to find a consistent offensive game, which he's a threat, but there are times where he disappears in the wrong possible times.
That's only because he's not aggressive. I think he needs to be more aggressive. That's just my opinion, though. I think he needs to be more aggressive,
especially when you're one of the fastest players in the NBA. So
is he really?
Well, he's the first. He's the fastest first step.
No.
Yeah, he's the fastest first step player in the NBA. So
wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, when he takes that first step, he's elite. And he needs to use that to his advantage.
Hell yeah, be more aggressive, Quinn. Go. You know what?
He does cause a lot of havoc, though. I do like that about Quentin Grimes. He does have a tendency to get to the basket, and even if nothing does happen, it still keeps the defense in check and makes everybody collide, and which then opens up a possibility for somebody else.
He's athletic too. He needs to drive instead of pulling. I mean, I don't mind him doing pull-up threes because he's a good shooter, but drive more.
He can get up there. He can dunk. He can get
up there.
That's
what I'm saying. Like the potential's there, man. Just be more aggressive. He seems passive. That's just me.
I think that's just a rookie thing, though.
Not a rookie.
I mean, not a rookie, but like, wait, second year, like,
yeah.
So he's still, you don't want to step on nobody's toes. He's still finding. He's working his way. He's still finding his way.
I can dig it.
He just became a starter, so he's trying to find his role. So I'm not really too mad about that.
I can dig it, but I still needed to be more aggressive.
No, of course he needs to fix that because you can't be in the starting lineup doing single triples. That's not gonna fly here. Okay, so usually at the end of every episode, we talk about the Wheats games and how we think they're gonna go. So Stevie,
let me get that up. Sorry, let me get that schedule up.
I have it up for you. So Stevie, tomorrow we play against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's gonna be a goodie.
How do you feel?
Wait a minute. Whoa! I think Anthony Edwards might be out.
He is. I think he is out.
If he's out, I got that as a W. I mean, even if he was there, I'm still have it as a W. But if he's out, definite W.
Okay. Wednesday we have the Miami Heat.
What did we have that as before?
We have that as. I gotta look in the notes.
What did we have that as before? I know we had one of those games as an L. I know we have one of the Heat games as an L. I just don't remember which one. I don't know if it's that one or the other one, but.
Okay, wait. I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. Okay, so it was the last 20 games. So let's go into the overview, see schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No. Okay, so unfortunately, my dumbass wrote W and L instead of writing the names of the team where it was gonna be W and L.
Oh, good. I got this as a W.
So
So,
wait,
long
wait,
story short, I got this week as a W.
I do as well.
Matter of fact, I think we're gonna win all 3 games because we got the T-Wolves, the Heat, and the Magic. I don't see us losing to any of those 3 teams, especially if the Timberwolves don't have Anthony Edwards. I don't see it.
Okay, we actually had these next 3 games as W's.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, we had these 3 games as W's, and then after that we had yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Oh wow! You know, if we win all 3 games this week, we'll be at 45 wins, 1 game above our prediction, which was 44.
This is it, Stevie. This is the home stretch.
Yes, sir. This is the week.
This would have been the ultimate bet.
I know I should have threw that on DraftKings. I should have bet the over because they had us at 38 wins. You would have bet like 500. I think you'd have won some bread.
We could have bet the mortgage.
Basically.
We would have been millionaires, Stevie.
Maybe
next year. maybe next year, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, shout out to the notebook. With that being said, that concludes another episode of Knicks Anonymous, baby. It has been a very positive season, not for nothing, and I would like to really just take the time to appreciate that. Even though there has been some bumps in the roads, some harder than others.
Yep.
But we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the 5th seed, pushing for the 4th, and looking towards playoffs, man. You know,
I can't wait. I might buy playoff tickets this year. I got to go to the Garden and experience the playoff atmosphere.
I think you should, coming from experience, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely a fun time when I went. It was completely electric. I mean, floor was shaking, beer was spilling everywhere. It's a crazy memory, dude. It's crazy.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Speaking of fun, I actually want to go to a hockey game too, but that's a different story. We're gonna talk about that later, Stevie. You could definitely want to go to a hockey game. But links in descriptions, Instagram, website, Linktree, all that in the description below. I'm LJ.
Stevie in the building.
We are Knicks Anonymous. We are the people's voice.
We ain't nothing without you, the beautiful people.
The beautiful people. Don't forget about the Knicks Anonymous pins that you cop on the website. And let's go Knicks, man. It's been a great season so far, not for nothing, you know. So it's put a smile on your face and enjoy your Monday or whenever you listen to this. And we'll see you guys next episode.
Go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks.